the truth, the whole truth, and what truth of it.
I do.
You got to see. Say it straight up.
David Quinn, Quinn. It's the last name spelled.
And Detective Quinn, how are you currently employed?
City of Atlanta Police Department.
And how long have you been with the City of Atlanta's Police Department?
This is year 28. My 28th year.
And are you a post-certified law enforcement officer?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What are your current job duties and responsibilities?
I work at the Atlanta Police Department Homicide Unit. However, there's 4 of us older detectives in the unit. We work what's called the cold and the complex cases involving murder. And that's pretty much what I do now. And we respond on an on-call basis as well for those types of cases.
Now, have you always been assigned to the Cold and Complex Case Division at Homicide?
No, this is my 13th year in homicide. I've been working homicide since 2000.
And prior to 2000, did you work the streets of Atlanta?
I did.
Now, over at APD Homicide, how are cases assigned to a specific detective?
What happens generally, there's at least 20, and we'd like to have 25 detectives. They're in what's called a rotation. So what happens, if your name's at the top of the rotation, you receive a call for service, and it can happen if you, even at home, 3 o'clock in the morning, what have you, you go to the bottom of that rotation, and it gives you that much time to pretty much complete your investigation. The turnaround is usually about a month, month and a half.
So, APD homicide detectives, do they work with partners, or is there a single detective and then he gets support from other officers? How does that work?
The way it works is you have partners on the initial scene. Yeah, everybody's there. People from the mayor's office, people from all over the place are on scene. You have a litany of detectives, other officers there. But once you leave that scene, it belongs to you. It's your case.
So directing your attention specifically to Friday, December 16th, 2011, were you assigned as the lead detective to the shooting death of Mario Hamilton, otherwise known as Slim Dunkin?
I was.
And when did that call come into the homicide division?
Well, it came into homicide. They actually received a call around 4:51 in the PM, and it was a call to go to Grady Hospital and respond to a person that was shot there that may have been shot, that arrived at that location for services from Grady that may have been shot at another location.
So when did you officially get the call as a homicide detective?
I got the calls about 9:40 on 12/16/2011, 9:40 p.m. I was off duty. Fridays, that's my off day. I made arrangements to head into Atlanta and handle the case.
So when you headed in to Atlanta to take over the case, did you notice what the weather conditions were like?
It was, I would say 60s, mild. You know, I think I had nothing more than a sports coat on, pretty much. Pretty much how I'm dressed now.
Okay. So around 10:15 that night when you got to Atlanta, where did you actually go first?
Well, I was actually headed to 1074 Memorial Drive. Other detectives, Detective Zimbrick, Major Meadows, who actually ran the unit, and Lieutenant Garucci were already on scene there. But Zimbrick stopped me as I was en route. He's a guy I work with sometimes. He said, go by headquarters and speak to some people there.